Welcome to ATP Customs. It is March 10th. Just want to do a quick progress report on the race car. I have the fenders all stripped. Well, this one and the front one anyway. This was separating all along here, so I had to tack all of that. I'm just in the middle of cleaning all that up. One of the front fenders, it had completely come apart all the way to the end and was just separated and flapping in the wind, but it's all welded up. The transmission and cross member are in, waiting for the motor. Matt White is dealing with the heads on our 306. We had a couple of manifold bolts broke inside the head, so those are getting drilled out right now. And a door. I cut all the inside of this door out and have a little more fitting to do, but it is on. It has its first door. I'm really liking the lowered look of this thing. I think we're going to have to keep it a little lower than it was before, because boy does that look good. Definitely love working on this car. Thanks for watching, and I hope you subscribe. I'm just doing some metal work on this thing. It has two really big low spots, one there and one there, and then another one right here. It was all filled with fiberglass. So I ground it all off just using a 3-inch disc, and I hit it with some 80 grit, and I'm going to heat it up with a torch and hit it with some cold water and see if I can actually raise it up, so that we don't have to have as much fiberglass on this car and keep it as light as possible. That's today's progress on March 11th. I'll do a little more further on in the day. So the torch and water process didn't work out for me, so I had to get my stud welder out, which is so wonderfully easy to do. You just put one little tiny stud in the end of it, push the button, and it'll weld those on. And then you snap them off with a pair of cutters. And I just got to grind the little tabs, but it did a really nice job pulling this one out. Maybe took 3 minutes tops. So I might have to put another couple more on this one, but that's basically it. Just weld them on, give them a pull with the puller, cut them off and grind them off, and the dents are out of this thing. So my stud welder worked out pretty decent. I'm happy with my dent repair. It's not perfect, but good enough for me. And I used, it's a product similar to Duraglass. It's like Bondo. You mix the hardener, just fiberglass in a can with some hardener, and just got to sand it off and get ready to primer that thing. So I'll move on to the front fender now. So I'm just working on the front fender, and this is the sheet metal that keeps separating. So I'm going to have to tack all that, and it's starting to separate off the fender right there, so I'll tack all that. And I'm finding little rust spots everywhere into the bodywork, so a lot of the bodywork's got to come right off. I guess somehow I got condensation or water underneath the primer and underneath the fiberglass on the fenders. So I'm taking bodywork off the front fenders. May end up having to do the whole car that way, but it is what it is. Coming along nicely though. Having fun doing it. So I got it all tacked up along here and along here. And it is extremely thin. It just keeps burning right through, so I gotta build it up and then grind it down with my little 3-inch disc, which I absolutely love because it bends so well, and I can just get right in that corner nice and easy. Love that tool. So I'll just keep building it up, and I'll have it done today. Today is Friday, March 13th. Friday the 13th, and I am just evaluating this front end. What do I want to do with this front end? It is pretty beat up, lots of little tweaks and bends in it, and it doesn't fit very well, but it was meant for abuse, obviously. Built to protect against rocks and bumping other cars, I suppose. Has a couple of air intakes that look a little dated, but I'm sure they serve a good purpose, but everything's pretty bent and tweaked, so I'm going to actually throw it out to viewers that are watching this. Mason, you were number one. Let's see what you think. Mason, what do you want to see on the front end? Should we go with a factory looking front end? I'm kind of thinking that maybe a proper splitter that actually works might be better. So let's see what everybody thinks. Give me some ideas. I have one fender left just to strip the decals off, and it is pretty bent and tweaked, so I'm going to have to straighten that out. And I got one more door to cut open. So I'm going to try and get those dealt with today, and that's where we're at. Then we are down to sanding the paint. Fenders will pretty much be ready to go next week, and it's prepping everything for paint. Got the bolts drilled out of the heads, so hopefully Matt White will have that motor back together this weekend, and next week we can drop the motor in this thing. A little behind schedule, but that's normal for building cars, isn't it? Thank you for watching. That is your viewer's choice build going on right now. Hopefully I can keep up the pace and have this thing ready for April. Thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe. It is Saturday, March 14th. Matt White and I got the top end of this motor together. Of course, it has the usual Mustang broken bolt that's stripped and seized in the hole, and the timing cover's cracked. I'm gonna have to get the puller out and pull everything off, get the timing cover off. That'll be a next week thing. And I did find my Ford 9-inch. So I have a Ford 9-inch just sitting there on jack stands, and we are currently evaluating what to do. We want to 4-link this thing. It was a 3-link just to that one bracket up there. It's looking pretty rough. So we're gonna have to remake all this back end and figure it out ourselves, I guess. But there you go. Next week I will have this thing all painted and get it in the hole, and we're getting close. We're gonna be down to just getting the paint done and the brakes and the rear suspension set up. And this thing will be ready to chest out and try it out in the autocross. Thank you for watching. That is your weekly report on the Mustang Viewer's Choice race car. Hope you subscribe.